the Bunny Boiler continues on the racecourse. This is Serious, is the 9-2 favourite with the Bunny Boiler at 5s. Sad Mad Bad is 6-1 with Streamstown out to 7s from 6s. Scott and Green is a 10s chance, the same price as Over the Furs and as Edmund. Atavistic is 12s with Ambleside 14s from 12. It's 20-1 bar.
They're racing in the Marstons Pedigree Midlands National of 2002, and the first one to step off in front is Edmund from Frantic Tan over on the far side. In third is Atavistic, followed then by Narrow Water. They're a couple of lengths in advance of Ambleside, and then behind them is Zaggy Lane, followed by Scott and Green. In behind them as they settle down Over the Furs from This Is Serious, as they head now into the back at a very steady gallop. Behind This Is Serious is Sad Mad Bad, and then out wide a Mini Sensation. The Bunny Boiler, who's been very heavily backed, has settled third last from Drum Battle as they go over the first. And a mistake there by Edmund. The Bunny Boiler was a bit sticky at it. Streamstown is third last, and Drum Battle just scrambled over it. Heading down the back now towards the second. And the leader here on the inside, Frantic Tan from in second, Edmund, as they draw towards it now. From Atavistic out deeper on the track. They're 4 or 5 lengths in advance. Oh, Mini Sensation made a bad mistake back in the field. Narrow Water is settled in fourth, a gap then to Ambleside, followed by Zaggy Lane, and then Scott and Green, Sad Mad Bad, This Is Serious. Further back in the field then is the Bunny Boiler, giving them a big start in the early stages. Edmund not jumping with any confidence at all, and This Is Serious seemed to collide in mid-air there with Sad Mad Bad. Mini Sensation behind them, followed by the Bunny Boiler, then Streamstown, and last in this 14-runner field as they race around that turn is a Drum Battle. Fairly well strung out in the early stages. A long run now before they reach fence number 5, and on the inside it's Frantic Tan, who's jumped it in spectacular style on the inside there. From in second, Atavistic. In behind them is Edmund, a length and a half to Narrow Water. They're a couple of lengths in advance then of Zaggy Lane as they continue their journey around that corner now. Further back in the field, then Scott and Green giving them a fair start. Ambleside just preceding him as they race to the top of the straight on the first occasion. Further back in the field, then Mini Sensation. Out wider than the Bunny Boiler as they come now to the 5th. On the extreme left is Streamstown. Edmund still not jumping with any enthusiasm, and also Drum Battle, another slight mistake. But as they continue their journey towards the first ditch, this is number 6, and Frantic Tan on the far side by 2 lengths to Atavistic as they draw towards it now. A much better jump there by Atavistic. Scrambling it over it in third is Edmund, followed out wider then by Narrow Water, and then Zaggy Lane. Behind them is Ambleside, and further back in the field, Scott and Green. They're followed next in the field by Over the Furs as they come up now towards the 7th. Behind Over the Furs, This Is Serious from Mini Sensation. Streamstown is still well back. They're followed then by the Bunny Boiler, and 2 or 3 lengths away is Drum Battle. Heading up now towards the 8th, and Edmund in third position is not jumping with any enthusiasm, and in fact Richard Johnson riding very hard to just try and get him interested there. As they come up to the judge, they've completed 1 circuit and 2 circuits ahead of them. Frantic Tan on the inside is just the leader here from Atavistic. A length and a half further back is Edmund. Half a length further back on the outside in fourth is Zaggy Lane, followed by Narrow Water. 4 lengths further back then is Ambleside, followed next by Scott and Green, and then tucked away on the inside Over the Furs. The further back then is It's Serious. They're all standing at this stage and continuing. Mini Sensation is behind them. A length further back as they come to the 9th is Sad Mad Bad, followed then by the Bunny Boiler, who made a bit of a mess of that. Streamstown is back with the Bunny Boiler, and last of all still is Drum Battle. Heading over the side now and towards fence number 10, and on the inside Frantic Tan is giving a great sight here from Atavistic. They're 2 lengths in advance now of Narrow Water, who's out deeper on the track. Right there in the centre follows at this stage Zaggy Lane, and Edmund is still being ridden hard but with no response. Further back in the field then is Scott and Green, who's out deeper on the track. Ambleside is right there in the centre as they continue their journey to the 11th. and the leaders jump it well, and Edmund still not jumping well. Over the Furs, the one with the white cap back in the field on the inside of It's Serious as they continue their journey towards fence number 12. And the leader on the inside is Frantic Tan from Atavistic, and out very deep on the track is Narrow Water, who's getting reminders under pressure already. 2 or 3 lengths then to Zaggy Lane, followed by Ambleside, and out very deep is Scott and Green. Ambleside, a mistake there. Mistake too by Mini Sensation, and also making a bit of a mess of it, This Is Serious. Continuing their journey around that top turn. They've jumped 12. They're at the halfway mark, and Frantic Tan on the inside of Atavistic. They're 2 lengths to Zaggy Lane. 2 lengths away, Narrow Water, followed next by Ambleside, who didn't jump at all well at that last one down the back. They're followed by This Is Serious and Mini Sensation. Behind them, Edmund has lost ground. Over the Furs is just grabbing hold of the bit as they come to the 13th now. The leader jumped it immaculately. Narrow Water got a bit close to it. Back in the field, the Bunny Boiler is not doing a great deal at this stage. The Bunny Boiler on the outside, about 3rd last. Sad Mad Bad behind him with Streamstown as Frantic Tan leads them to the next and is out jumped by Atavistic. Frantic Tan just losing ground there in the centre, but they're all over safely. Heading up the home straight now in this Marstons Pedigree Midlands National. And on the near side, Atavistic. On the far side is Frantic Tan. They're stride for stride. They draw towards it. They jump it well. Zaggy Lane making a line of 3. Over the Furs was just a little bit hesitant at that. Streamstown cleared it in last, and Narrow Water has been pulled up as they head now towards the one that'll be the last next time round. And also Streamstown looks like he's under pressure as well and might be pulled up, but it's Frantic Tan on the inside of Atavistic and Zaggy Lane as they race past the judge. Couple of lengths to Scott and Green, Ambleside. The Bunny Boiler has now made some ground from Mini Sensation. Over the Furs still there with This Is Serious. Sad Mad Bad is struggling. He's about 10 or 12 lengths behind them. Edmund is dropping right back to 2nd last, followed then by Drum Battle as they continue their journey into the back. They've got just under a circuit to go, and the only one who's called surrender so far is Narrow Water. Into the back, the stayers will have to come to the fore now. It's been a pretty steady gallop throughout. Frantic Tan on the inside of Atavistic and Ambleside, and Atavistic jumps at best of all there. The Bunny Boiler got in too close to that, made a mess of it as they continue their journey down the back. Zaggy Lane is behind them. Drum Battle has been pulled up back in the field. They're followed by Scott and Green, Mini Sensation. Over the Furs is now coming into it from This Is Serious and the Bunny Boiler as they come now towards 7 out. Anybody's race still. It's Atavistic in the centre, and Frantic Tan has gone. Frantic Tan has gone and got rid of Carl Llewellyn there, veered very sharply to the left, and he had no alternative but to bail out. And Edmund and also Sad Mad Bad have both been pulled up. Continuing their journey towards 6 out now, and Atavistic on the inside of Ambleside, and just behind them is Scott and Green. They're followed next in the field by the Bunny Boiler, Mini Sensation, Zaggy Lane. This Is Serious behind them, and Over the Furs is now being pulled up. So as they race across the top of the track now, still about 5 in contention in this real slog for home. It's Atavistic as they come to 5 out now from Ambleside and Scott and Green. The Bunny Boiler is still there running a big race. They're followed next in the field then by Mini Sensation. The Bunny Boiler was a bit hesitant as they continue their journey still towards the entrance to the home straight, and it's Ambleside up on the outside of Atavistic. They're a length in front now. The Bunny Boiler is getting through on the inside and going well from Scott and Green, and Mini Sensation, who's also looming up as a big danger, being ridden a beautiful race by John Kavanagh as they race towards the entrance to the home straight in this stamina sapping running of the Marstons Pedigree's Midlands National. They're stretched right across the track, 5 in with a chance here. On the right, Atavistic. In the centre is Ambleside. Then the Bunny Boiler, who's jumped into the lead. They're followed next in the field by Mini Sensation, who's a big danger from Scott and Green. Atavistic's dropped right away, and so too is Zaggy Lane. They're the only ones in contention as they race up towards 3 out. The last ditch now, and the Bunny Boiler in the centre puts in a mighty leap at it. Lands over in front now, Scott and Green. Behind them is Mini Sensation. Further back in the field then is Ambleside and Atavistic. Vistic has been pulled up. 2 left to jump, and it's the Bunny Boiler who's been backed off the map to win this. He leads by about 6 lengths. He's run it down. He dived to his left, but he landed safely from Scott and Green. Behind them is Mini Sensation, and a gap then to Ambleside. They're the only 4 left as they race up with 1 left to jump, and it's the Bunny Boiler. Nicely clear, jumping out to his left, but he got up to over it. And Norman Williamson on the Bunny Boiler is well clear here from Mini Sensation, and out wider as Scott and Green. But this has been back right off the map. He missed Cheltenham, but he gets his compensation here. The Bunny Boiler comes home a clear winner of the Midlands National, wins it by 15 lengths to Mini Sensation. In third is Scott and Green, and they're the only finishers. Ambleside has been pulled up before the last. So the winner of the Marstons Pedigree Midlands Grand National is number 13, the Bunny Boiler, owned by the usual suspect syndicate, trained by Noel Meade and ridden by Norman Williamson. Second, and at 5 to 1. 5 to 1, the Bunny Boiler, backed in from 8's overnight. Second is number 8. That's Mini Sensation, owned by J.P. McManus, trained by John Joe O'Neill and ridden by John Kavanagh. And third is number 11, Scott and Green, raced by JB and BDF partnership, trained by Tim Easterby, ridden by David O'Meara. 25 to 1, Mini Sensation in second. Ran a great race for JP and also for John Kavanagh and John Joe O'Neill. And third, Scott and Green at 10 to 1. So 5s, 25s and 10s. That's the one.